No sense in me guessing what went wrong. No proof of you knowing what is right for me. Well, I'll consume it till it's gone. Oh, I know I got nothing left in me. Why don't you steady the love?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Sidecar Sessions with my guest, Adam Degi. I'm not sure, this might be the first edition. I'm not sure I can say another edition. This is the first edition of Sidecar Sessions with my guest, Adam Degi. I decided if I'm going to put these out, I'm going to get it right. It's not going to be half-assed. I'm not going to be people going, I don't want to look at a bunch of comments on YouTube of people going, hey, I couldn't understand a goddamn word you guys were saying. You know what? God bless you for that, because let's be honest, there's about 14 billion podcasts out right now that comics put together, right? And holy shit, put a little effort into it. Yeah.
It's starting to feel like the first time I sat down with my fiance's dad.
Oh, who's from India?
Yeah.
What kind of questions did he ask in the first time you met him? Has he asked you, like, what your goals are, where you plan to be at a certain point?
No, I think he's afraid to hear the answers. For sure. Doesn't that kind of make you feel like a dick when people always know you're gone on the weekend? So it feels like family and friends are constantly scheduling things around your schedule.
It does. It does. And I always tell them, don't do that. Listen,
No, I'm busy driving 7 or 8 hours to break even and not take any steps in my career. You learn you got to pick and choose what gigs to take, and a lot of it is just learning to say no. Like in the beginning, obviously, you say yes to everything. Sure.
Worst gig you've ever done?
There was a kid in town who was a comic. He knew a guy who basically was in charge of putting together these swinger shows where there'd be a group of swingers. They'd meet at one of the shittiest hotels in town. 4 or 5 comics would do the show.
In the room where you're doing the show, how is that set up? Is that set up for a show? I mean, are there seats set up in a kind of stage area?
It was like basically just a bunch of furniture, like couches.
And the people who are watching this, the swingers who are watching it, set up in this room, what are they? Are they dressed?
Oh, God.
What are they wearing?
It's like, you know, lots of bleach blonde, like, if you've ever, and you did, you watched porn in the 80s, early 90s, they look like that.
Yeah.
Right. There wasn't a single couple where I'm like, oh, God, these people.
Yeah, let me in on that.
These people could sleep with anybody they wanted.
Move over, Larry. I'm going to tag her.
And I've always, I can understand the aspect of being a swinger from, like, the, I want to sleep with someone else's wife's point of view.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the other side. Like, I want to watch somebody pound my wife.
Yeah. I did a show at a nudist colony, and you hit the nail on the head, because I used to tell people, look nobody looks like you want them to, and everybody looks like you expect them to. So
I could also see, like, a group of guys, you know, anticipating the minutes before everything goes down, and, like, the black guy walks in and they're like, oh, shit, who invited the black guy?
Look at that guy, just popped everyone's balloon.
God damn it, Steve, I told you. And also, like, do you just jump right in?
Yeah.
How do you know, like, there has to be some kind of protocol.
Yeah. Is there a signal?
So then at the end of this thing, we'd go up to this guy's room. That was like the, you know, he was our in. It was the guy that this comic knew.
Yeah.
And he'd hand us all like $20. The room smelled like bad weed and lotion.
Ugh.
But then at the end, they'd always be like, "You guys want to see the room?" And we're okay, sure.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You have to if you're there.
Very dark room, low ceiling. Definitely a room that wasn't made for, you know, a group session.
Best gig you've ever done. Most memorable gig you've ever done.
I mean, I'm going to sound like a homer, but I think you'd agree. The Laugh Fest Rockin' Homegrown Jam.
Oh, yeah.
The past 2 years, man.
Yep.
I mean.
And for people who don't know, let's explain to everybody what this is this is part of the Laugh Fest Festival that goes on in Grand Rapids. And we do it. It's 4 of us from Grand Rapids. It's you, me, Matt Loria, and Alan True, and a band called the Legal Immigrants. And we do about 10 minutes of stand-up, and then we do a song, a cover song, that the legal immigrants back us up on, and it is an absolute riot. Yep.
And the comedy is like a distant second for me that night.
Yeah. But as far as comedians, look at we get to push all the buttons that night. We get to get up on stage and tell our jokes and have people laugh at us. And then I don't know a single comedian who wouldn't give up everything he's ever done in comedy to be a rock star instead.
Oh,
you know,
for sure.
to be able to be in front of a band and just have people going crazy for you.
I mean, the groupies, you're just cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, you don't have to be a handsome man to get laid when you're
No.
not even a lead singer. You could be, you know.
You could be the guy who's hitting chimes, being the percussionist.
Yeah, you could be the maracas guy.
Yeah. Whatever. Best thing you've ever done for somebody else.
I just had a surprise party for a good friend of mine that I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. That was good.
This is gonna sound ridiculous, but I think the nicest thing anybody can do is help somebody move. Because anytime you need help moving, suddenly everybody has shit to do. Oh, I've got to go to church. Really, on Tuesday night at 7 p.m.
It's a special session. Look at Jesus. Jesus was alive on Tuesdays as well.
I give money to the homeless all the time.
What do you mean you give money to the homeless? How?
They ask for money and I give it to them. That's how.
Like downtown and everything?
Not even downtown. I mean, man, the homeless people where I live. You're really putting me on the spot here. I'm trying to think. If you do something that's, you know, out of the kindness of your heart, it's not really appropriate to, like, you know, tell people about it or brag about it. Because you're not doing it for that reason, you know? You're just doing it,
okay.
Just because.
Well, I appreciate it and I commend you for that attitude, but
I don't know.
I'm asking you to brag about it.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I guess I'm just a real big piece of shit.
Look, you're not. Now, look, this has turned into something where I have to console you. No, look, you're not. You're fine. Just look, you're a good guy. Worst thing you've ever done to somebody?
Sleeping with people and then never talk to them again.
And I had a classmate, a girl named Lori Sullivan. And for show and tell one day, she brought this little inflatable Snoopy doll of Joe Cool, and she lost it. And then I found it later in the day. There was a girl in my neighborhood who was on the bus named Becky Riemann, and I gave it to her, even though I knew it was Lori Sullivan. I get called down to the principal's office the next day.
How old are you now?
I'm in, at the most, 3rd or 4th grade.
Wow.
This really affected me. Lori Sullivan is sitting in there, and they're like, hey, do you by any chance happen to see Lori's Joe Cool thing? And I'm like, no. Oh, well, somebody saw you give it to Becky Riemann. Is that true? No, don't know what you're talking about. Completely pulled a trump on Mr. Downs, the principal, and to this day still feel awful about it. So Lori Sullivan, if you're out there, if you're even still alive, and by any chance you're watching this podcast, if I can find one on eBay, I'll get you another Joe Cool, and then you can stop bad-mouthing me. Biggest comedic influence.
If I'm being honest, all my comedic idols in the beginning were black comics, like you know, Martin Lawrence, Chris Rock. When I really started to get into comedy, those were the guys I loved. But that was my culturally, like my sense of humor. You know, my best friend was black. A lot of my friends were black guys. I was always super into the things that my buddy Julius was into.
Knowing that those guys influenced you right off the bat, did you ever, when you first started getting on stage, kind of have a black accent, even though you're
drop the N-bomb? No.
You didn't have like a black accent?
And these motherfuckers to me. You know, later in life, Bill Burr became the guy.
Yeah.
And he's influenced me a lot. I wouldn't mind being that token white comic, though, who, you know, does really well in front of a predominantly black audience.
Yeah. A big thing that has actually hurt my career, I'm sure, is that I have such a hard time kissing people's ass. If it's someone that I just don't have respect for, I just have such a hard time catering to them, and I can't do it.
And I respect that because, man, let's be honest, there is a lot of guys who have a lot of other people's body parts just lodged in their throats. Especially with social networks now, you really see, like, there's a thin line between supporting somebody and then just hoping that if they catch a break, they'll, you know, drag you along. I mean, the only reason I'm doing this podcast with you is in hopes that this podcast somehow, you know, gets a ton of views, eventually gets sponsors, and people see me, and then I benefit from it.
I know that.
I've never been in a lot of these neighborhoods. Some of these houses are ridiculous. The
Okay.
name of a lot of these streets should be just white privilege.
The bottom line is, neither you or I are funny enough to live in this neighborhood.
No, absolutely not.
No.
I tell you what, this is a great idea. I've never seen the motorcycle sidecar thing, so we'll see what happens.
Well, this is.
I will say your guests are going to have to improve.
They will. I've got some good ones lined up. You're what we call the test market. You're the one to just see if the idea is plausible and if it potentially has legs.
You're thinking, well, I mean, if this works with Degi, it can work with anybody.
You're the sidecar virgin.
Well, I'm no virgin.
What's the worst financial blunder you've ever had?
Oh, easy, the casino. And I don't even play cards. I'm not enough of a man to even like do blackjack or, poker or whatever. I've lost the money like $500-600 on the casino easy in a night,
Oh God!
Like to the point where there was one occasion where my bank, they froze my checking account because they're like, this is unusual behavior.
Yeah, one of my friends who does the slots, he's just always like, now what you got to do is you got to kind of massage it. You do, $5 here, you do $1 there, you do 10.
Yeah, everybody has their own bullshit theories that they've come up with in their head.
Like you're trying to fake out the machine. It's like most gamblers. All you ever hear about are the wins. Keith won $1,500 last night. Okay. Well, where is he on the year? Well, he's still about $7,000 behind.
I remember this. My buddy and I, we went in on some penis pills in high school.
Yeah.
They were like $60 or something. We're like, hey, let's go in on these. You just take them every day.
Yeah.
Your dick will get like 1 or 2 inches bigger.
Did they work?
We stopped taking it after like a week. They tasted terrible.
Now you get married soon.
They do.
Do you feel sexually you've met her expectations?
No.
No.
Of course not.
Are you okay with that? Do you want to get better?
I'm kind of leaving a lot of stuff on the table for when we are married.
What if that stuff turns her off?
Then I'll find somebody else. That's the great part about marriage is it's not permanent.
Say a week before you get married, she pulls out a prenup.
I say the wedding's off.
Would you really?
Of course not. I mean, of course I have no problem signing a prenup,
Yeah, it's more than you've got right now.
Yeah. What's she going to get? Half my old show posters?
Right.
A couple pots and pans I've acquired from my mother over the years.
Yeah. Do you have something on your phone, a picture, a text, an email, that could end your relationship if she saw it?
No.
Nothing?
There's probably some, text between friends that would upset her, like, oh, man, did you see the tits on what's-her-face? That type of stuff.
Yeah.
But nothing that would end the marriage.
Right.
Absolutely not.
I think I do.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd end the marriage, but
there'd be a rough patch.
it's not going to move anything forward, I'll tell you that.
The Deggies aren't cheaters, man. My dad never cheated. My brother never cheated. I don't put myself in a situation where it could even maybe happen.
Right.
And, you've seen her. You see me now. I'd have to be pretty stupid to fuck
You are. You're batting way above your average. Yeah, with your wife-to-be. And look, and I'm not shitting on you because it just, all it takes for confirmation of my statement is a mirror, right?
Exactly.
Your wife-to-be is a very good-looking woman.
Yeah.
And you? You're
not a great-looking woman.
You're unique. Nobody looks like you.
I'd like to say my personality is at least above average.
Your personality's way above average.
Sure.
You didn't even sound confident yourself when I said that. Yeah. Is it your fault most of the time when you get in an argument?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
She's much more of an adult than I am, Dave. When it comes to personalities, we are the exact opposite. She's very organized. I'm not a slob, but I'm definitely not nearly as organized as her.
Right.
And, she has her shit together for sure a lot more than I do.
That's probably refreshing for her that, you're very different from her. You ever seen two people like that together, two people organized? Oh, God, fucking boring, gross as shit.
You gotta have organization when you're having an affair,
Yep, you do. What do you mean? As far as her being organized?
Yeah, no, she's gotta, if you're messy, she'll find out neighbor, you'll find out that she's sleeping with, you know, that guy she went to college with.
Right. She didn't go to college. Guy she worked at the dry cleaners with, that guy?
Oh, man, I can't wait to be married.
It's good. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I've already contemplated opening up a separate banking account.
With what? What's the lowest amount you can have to open a checking account?
I think you only got to have like $10.
I know, yeah. Not only will you get that, you get the checking account, but they probably give you like a little free mag light or something like that, too. She'll need that to find your on the honeymoon.
Oh, she'll find it in her ass.
Honey, I can't find your Well, have you checked your ass?
Have you looked into your butthole?
Hills.
I like how the closer we get to your neighborhood, the poorer people get.
Oh, yeah. The occurrence of domestic violence greatly increases as we get closer to my home.
You got the kind of neighborhood. When I left, I just put my keys in my, like, you know, in my gas tank.
It's a good mix. We've got white people. We got some black people. We got people from Bangladesh. We're very quiet. Keep to themselves.
It looks like there could be a couple MILFs in your neighborhood.
There's two. One of them lives right up here.
What's her name?
Well, now I can't say her name because my wife will watch this. Natasha.
Oh, God, that's hot.
Yeah. Well, Adam, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me again.
So here we are, back at the homestead. Dave Dyer, Adam Degi, Sidecar Sessions on my Ural CT Sidecar motorcycle. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, Adam Degi. And we are out.